One of the big challenges when you're working with a progressive reloader like this Lee 6000 6-pack Pro is knowing when you're going to run out of primers. If you're cranking away on these things, turning out a bunch of ammunition, and you run out of primers, if your primer feed doesn't pick one up, you end up with an empty primer pocket, and that hole lets the powder just go right through and onto everything all over your bench. You got to stop, clean it all up, start over. So having a good way to monitor your primers when you get zoned in is really important. We're going to have a look at the Sharps Primer Sentry primer sensing system. Right now, the only place I've been able to find this is on eBay. I will put a link in the description below. It was surprisingly affordable, and this is something that's going to make reloading a lot more fun and get rid of one of the frustrations. We're going to go through what comes in the box, how to set it up on your machine, and then adjust it. This will fit on any reloading press that delivers primers through a primer chute down to the reloading system, as you'll see right here in this video. So the Sharps Engineering Primer Sentry for the Lee 1000 or 6-pack Pro comes with instructions with some nice pictures. That'll help. This is what's in the box, just as it comes. You've got these little teeny rubber bands here and a little installation tool, which will come in handy. Some Velcro mounts for your press. Power supply to plug it into the wall. Very nicely packed for a little piece of electronic gear here. And this is the device itself. And this is the device itself, which has your proximity sensor that goes on the chute, your alarm horn, your light, a little adjustment right here for setting the sensitivity, and it comes with a little tiny screwdriver to help you in making your adjustment. You can use this down in the chute to try to fool the proximity sensor into thinking there's a primer there for making that adjustment. All right, let's go ahead and install it. All right, this thing's already low on primer, so I'm just going to take this off right now in the primer tray. Your proximity sensor just fits on the chute, fits very snug right like that. You move it up to the top, and it attaches with these little itty-bitty dental rubber bands. And they send you 3 of them. I guess they figure you're going to shoot a couple of them across the room where you're trying to put them on. The primer chute's already empty, so that's going to help us make this adjustment. And this thing will fit on any similar size primer chute. So the Lee 1000, probably some other manufacturers as well, it should fit right on there. All right, so you're going to take your little teeny tiny rubber band and using this tool, hook it on the hook part. This will capture the rubber band and hopefully keep it from shooting across the room. And I'll tell you, after trying this a little bit, it's best to have this thing on the press. You hook it around the one ear on one side. It is a little bit of a tight fit. And then hook it around the other side. The tool makes this pretty simple. And there you go. So you also have a little pusher end for pushing it off. Pretty easy to remove if you want, and it does come with 2 extras of these little teeny tiny rubber bands. So save those in case one goes shooting across the room. They're just little dental rubber bands, so you can probably find these online pretty easy if you had to. Now to adjust it, we're just going to plug in the power source. And of course it's empty, so it's alarming. Put the screwdriver in there. To trigger this with this screwdriver, you're going to have to use the flat part flat, just like if there was a primer in there to block that little proximity sensor. And to adjust it, what we're going to do is adjust it until the noise stops, and then just tweak it back until it starts up. And that should be the correct setting right there for when there's a primer in the chute. Go ahead and put a few primers in it. Plug it back in and it'll be alarming. Look at that, shut right off. Now let's go ahead and try a few just to test this thing out. There we go. We know we're out of primers. And another really nice thing about the Primer Sentry, it's like 30 bucks on eBay. That makes it about the most affordable and the most useful accessory you can add to a progressive press. The Sharps Primer Sentry works absolutely fantastic. Again, the only place I've been able to find this thing is on eBay. Hopefully this video helps explain how it works. Please give me that thumbs up like button and leave me a comment down there. If you have any questions about the Primer Sentry or the press, leave them down in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them. Give me that thumbs up like button, hit that subscribe button down there to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget the bell icon so you don't miss videos like this one when they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.